Hi, my name is Jen. Welcome to Pilates in a Flash. This is your 30-minute intense Pilates workout. Today, for props, you're going to need a pillow, something small and light, and hand weights. I'm going to use 2 cans of beans. Okay? It's going to be a pretty hard class today, so please take the class at your own pace. If you need to hit pause or modify, please do so. And always make sure the space where you're working out is safe. All right, let's get started. We're going to get started on our hands and knees today. I'm going to move my props out of the way. Okay, so on our hands and knees, we're just going to shift backwards and forwards, but we're going to make sure we have a little curve in our low back, okay? So a little curve in our low back, our breastbone is up. We're just going to shift our weight backwards and then forwards. Breathing in, backwards and forwards. So I'm not tucking my tailbone under. I'm keeping my tailbone shooting back behind me. As I drift my shoulders over my fingertips just a little, I start to feel a little bit of a core engagement as I do that, okay? So shoulders drifting over fingertips activates our abdominals. Shoulders are away from the ears, my tailbone doesn't tuck under. Good. We're going to go for 2 more. Breathing in, filling out the back of the ribs, the space between the shoulder blades. We're going to pause. We're going to do cat-cow. So I'm going to drop my head down towards the mat, tuck my tailbone under, and pull my spine up towards the ceiling, filling out between the shoulder blades with my ribs and my spine. I'm going to pause here, breathe in, fill up the rib cage, pull my belly button up towards my spine, tuck my tailbone a little bit harder, and then uncurl, shooting the crown of my head and my tailbone to the wall in front of me and behind me, and drifting my breastbone forward just a little bit. Good, we're going to do it again. Crown of head, tailbone down towards the ground. Breathe in. Fill up the rib cage, pull the belly button up towards the ceiling, and then let it go. Excellent. From here, I'm going to swing my legs around. I'm going to place the pillow in between my upper inner thighs. I'm going to flex my feet. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Crossing my arms across my chest, shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to tuck my tailbone under, and I'm going to start to curl down halfway, articulating slowly through my spine, pausing when I get halfway, whatever your halfway is, okay? And then breathing in, and then coming back up. Okay, stacking the spine. Tucking the tailbone, belly button towards the spine as I curl back and down. So I'm a shallow C from the top of my head to my pubic bone. Squeeze the pillow ever so slightly, flex the feet, okay? Continue to engage, curl down, pause, and then from the top of the head, come back up. Good. We're gonna hold this one back. So we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna bring my arms into a nice big circle. So elbows are bent, shoulders away from the ears. We're gonna gently bring one arm up towards our ear and down. The opposite arm up towards our ear and down. Good. So we're just alternating our arms, breathing in, continually pulling in our belly button and our lower abdominals. Shoulders stay down, so it's just the arm bone that moves. We're going to do one more with our left hand up, and then we go into both arms reaching up and then down. So I'm going to try to keep my nose back in space while I hang out back here, which actually makes it harder. I start to shake here. We're going to do one more, bring it up and then down, and curl all the way back up. Excellent. We're going to grab our hand weights, okay? We're going to do one more variation here. So our arms are going to be up in that semicircle position. Our shoulders are away from the ears. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, and we're going to curl back. I'm going to pause. Palms are going to face the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to open up my left arm, and I'm going to rotate my breastbone towards that can, coming back towards the middle. Open up my right arm, rotate my breastbone towards the can or the weight, back to the center. Rotating just the breastbone, the rib cage, and the arm, okay? My hips and knees don't go with it. So being mindful that your pelvis stays nice and still, continuing to pull in the belly button and the low abs. Squeeze the pillow just a little bit. Flex those feet nice and hard. We're going to do one more each side. So arm opens up, eyes follow, breastbone follows, back to center. Keep scooping, okay, through the low belly. Excellent. And come back up. Good. So weights are going to go down. We're going to slowly curl ourselves down towards the mat. So I'm going to tuck under, and I'm going to slowly lay my spine Breathe in, pull the belly button down towards the spine. Okay, slowly articulate our spine down towards the mat. Excellent. So while we're here, I'm going to push up into bridge and then lower on down. And I'm going to add the arms right away. So the arms are going to come up and then come down. Okay, so we're moving our arms with our pelvis, but we're finding our backs of thighs. So hamstrings and glutes help us lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling. Okay, so arms are coming up and down, but we're not raising our spine around the middle of our rib cage. So we're making sure that as we lift our pelvis, we're not pushing our breastbone up towards the ceiling, okay? Good, we're gonna go for 4, lift up, arms come up, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna leave our arms up towards the ceiling, and we're gonna lower halfway down and up, halfway down and up, halfway down and up. So from here, I want you to feel for pushing hard into the feet, pushing into the tops of shoulders. So those are 2 anchor points. And then you're thinking about squeezing the bum cheeks together as you lift and lower, okay? So as you lift, bum cheeks come together. As you lower, they go apart a little, okay? I'm not tucking under my tailbone. I'm just moving my bum cheeks towards each other. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold it up here. I'm going to bend my elbows. I'm going to open my arms a little and close. Open my arms a little and close. So moving my shoulder blades, but holding my pelvis up towards the ceiling. Okay. Squeezing my glutes together, pushing into my feet. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Arms come down. I'm going to drop my pelvis, so I'm going to do a little hip rotation. I'm going to lower my pelvis down on the left and lower it down on the right. And this is very small, and you can kind of tuck your chin and look at your thigh bones to make sure that they're not moving too much, okay? So thigh bones and knees don't move too much. It's very minimal. Okay, we're going to go for 4, little squeeze, 3, opposite glute holds the pelvis high on the opposite side, 2, 1, excellent. Pause here. Lower on down. Good. From there, we're going to bring our hands behind our head and our legs into tabletop. So legs come straight up into tabletop. Before we do anything, we make sure our knees are over our hips, right? And that our shins are lined up. Now with my legs in tabletop, I personally need to move my pelvis down towards the floor just a little bit. So I need to anchor my tailbone towards the floor and pull my low ribs that are around my natural waistline down towards the mat, okay? So I'm anchoring through my low ribs and I'm anchoring through my pelvis. Eyes on breastbone, ab curl, and then uncurl. But my low ribs don't pop off the mat. They stay cemented to the mat the entire time. The little curve in my low back remains there, and my pelvis stays nice and still. So I pull my belly button down towards my pelvis, towards my spine, and my low abs down towards my pelvis. Breathing in and out. We're going to go for 3. We're going to go for 2. We're going to hold up on 1 and do a little oblique twist. So we're going to go left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. So continuing with this, the little space in my low back doesn't get smushed out. It's still there. My low ribs are on the mat. I'm going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, center, uncurl. Good. I'm going to come back up, do that ab curl. I'm going to extend my right leg, bring it back to center. Extend my left leg, bring it back to center. Right, left. Good. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Lower down. Legs are going to go straight out in front of me. Okay? I'm going to relax my shoulders. My arms are down by my side. I'm going to push my my left leg into the mat, and I'm going to lift my right leg up and then lower on down. I'm going to push my right leg heavy into the mat, lift my left leg up and lower on down. So I'm anchoring through the opposite leg, and I'm feeling for any movement in my pelvis as I move my thigh bone. There's no movement in the pelvis. That means that the belly button and low belly have to be pulling down towards the mat. to hold my pelvis and my spine in a neutral position as I lift and lower my leg. So I'm not letting my bum rock or my low back smush into the mat, okay? So I'm working actually quite hard just to slowly and with control lift a leg straight up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to do one more. Excellent. So bending those legs once again. Hands come back behind the head. Legs back in tabletop. Pause. Level the pelvis. Pull the ribs down. Eyes on breastbone. Curl up. Pause. Now we're going to do both legs out towards the wall in front of you. Slowly. Okay? And then when you bend the knees, nothing moves in the pelvis to bring the legs back into that tabletop position. So anchor the tailbone. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2. Keep curling from the top. 1. Hold it out. We're going to V our legs back and forth for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Pause, lift up and down, small scissor for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bend, uncurl, down you come. Good job. I'm going to lay on my right side. Excuse me, I need to switch to lay on my right side. So I'm going to lay on my right side, coming on down. Both legs nice and long. I'm going to lift and lower the top leg. So while I lift and lower the top leg, I'm going to try to get into a better position, right? So I'm going to think the head, the ribs, and the bum are pushed up against a wall, so everything is flush. Okay, so my spine is in a neutral position, and my pelvis is in a neutral position. My hips stay stacked, right? So I need to kind of move my top hip forward just a smidge. And the waist that's touching the mat is lifted just a little bit. So I need to pull in my belly button, and I need to pull in my lower abdominals. My top arm, okay, my fingers can help me balance. That's no problem. If you're still wibbly wobbly, okay, you can take the bottom leg and you can bring the bottom leg in front. Okay, so don't feel like you need to keep both legs straight. It is challenging, more challenging on your core muscles to stay nice and still. And if it's too much, then you need to move the leg. You either bring it forward to the corner of the mat or you bend your knee and you keep it bent underneath, okay? All right, we're going to lift that leg up and we're going to hold it here. Okay, we're going to do a leg circle. So you're going to bring the leg forward, backwards, sweep down, and around. Pelvis doesn't move. Thigh bone moves. Okay, shoulders away from the ears. Hold everything nice and still. You're going to do 2 more this direction. 1 more. Opposite direction. So you're going to sweep back, down, and around. When you sweep back, it's hamstring, glute max, glute med, up and around. Okay. Inner thigh can be working, but it's not predominantly working. Side bum, glute max, hip flexor comes on when you bring the leg forward. Good. 1 more. Okay. We're going to hold the leg up at hip height. Okay, making sure that the toes and the knees aren't facing the ceiling. They're facing forward. You're going to kick the leg forward a little, and you're going to kick the leg back a little, okay? And when you kick forward, I want you to flex your foot. And when you kick back, I want you to point your toe. Kick forward, flex your foot, kick back. Good. Point your toe. Flex the foot, point the toe. Good. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, excellent. We're gonna go onto our hands and knees here before we switch sides. Okie dokie. We're gonna dig our toes into the ground. We're gonna lift our breastbone off the ground, untuck our tailbone, and lift our knees up and then down. Lift our knees up and down. So it's a little mini plank, right? It's kind of prep for plank. We wanna make sure that between our shoulder blades, that our breastbone and our rib cage are lifted up and our shoulder blades are hugging around our rib cage. So we're not lifting and lowering with our chest down. Our chest is lifted, our tailbone's not tucked, there's a little curve in our low back, and we pull our belly button up to lift our knees. For 3, we're going to hold it up on 2. Good. 1 more. Hold it up here. Good. Excellent. I'm going to extend my right leg back, and then I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to extend my left leg back, and then I'm going to bring it in. Right leg back and in, left leg back and in. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Come on down. Back into child's pose just for a second. Relax the shoulders. And swing yourself around to the left side. So both legs are long. Top arm helps you balance. You're going to think a nice straight spine and level pelvis, okay? Low belly in. Start to lift and lower that top leg. Relaxing your head on the bottom arm. Legs are lined up. So if you feel like both legs are a little bit forward, you can just scooch both legs back just a smidge, okay? And that's just to prevent you feeling your hip flexor and your quad as you lift and lower the leg, okay? So go for feeling. Where am I feeling the work being done? And the work being done to lift the long leg is in the side bum and hip. Lower leg is going to work to help you balance. Oblique is lifted off the mat to keep both waistlines straight and both hips over top of each other. Okay, so having both legs nice and long challenges the whole body. Excellent. We're going to go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold it up and circle. So make the circle slow and controlled. Feel for any movement in the pelvis and try to stop the pelvis from moving and only circle with the thigh bone. One more this direction, sweep down, up, back and around. Opposite direction, so kick back to start, lift up, around and down. Bottom leg can be strong to hold you in place. Low belly pulls in, oblique is on, both obliques actually, okay? We're gonna go for 2, we're gonna go for 1, good, pause. Flex the foot, float the leg forward, point the toe, bring the leg back. Flex the foot, bring the leg forward, point the toe, bring the leg back. And so I'm feeling for hip flexor quad, hamstring glute max. Hip flexor quad and side bum, hamstring glute max side bum, okay? So side bum is working to keep the leg lifted away from the midline. Hip flexor quad brings the leg forward, hamstring glute brings the leg back. Good. The quad is also on to bring the leg really straight, and the hamstring and glute bring the thigh bone back. So you're going to feel the quad. If you're really keeping a nice long leg, that's fine, okay? But you're really trying to feel for the hamstring. So back of thigh, squeeze it, and big glute max to bring that leg back. Good. Lower the leg down. Excellent. From here, we're coming back onto our hands and knees. You're going to shoot yourself into a nice high plank, and you're going to pause, okay? Low belly pulls up. We don't tuck the tailbone. We squeeze the bum cheeks together. We lift the breastbone up and we hold. Shoulders away from the ears. Thighs are on. Heels over your toes. From here, you're going to rise up into a down dog position. Then pull yourself forward. Okay? We're going to rise back up into a down dog and we're going to float back down into that high plank. We're going to do this 2 more times, and then we're going to hold in that high plank position. 1 more. Don't tuck the tailbone to push back into down dog. Float forward. Raise that breastbone up. Now lift the right leg up and lower. Okay? Lift the left leg up and lower. Pelvis doesn't move. Squeeze the bum cheeks towards each other. Lift the leg with the hamstring. We've already done this on our sideline kicks. Good. 1 more. Lift and lower. And then come down onto your knees. Excellent. Into child's pose just for a second. Rolling around. Okie dokie. So you're going to come, sitting up nice and tall. Nice deep breath here. We're going to flex our feet. We're going to curl backwards halfway, and we're going to pause, okay? So we're holding our abdominals nice and strong in that scooped position. We're like a little C, right? I'm gonna bring my arms out in front. I'm gonna bring my left arm up towards my ear, and I'm gonna raise my right leg up and pause. Then I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna bring my right arm up towards my ear and raise my left leg up, okay? So alternating. If you don't feel your abdominals, I want you to scoop under a little bit more and lower yourself back a little bit further. I want you to also watch your neck, so making sure that your ears are back and your chin is tucked in, okay? So alternating arm and leg, opposites, lifting and lowering. Good. For 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. We're going to bring both arms up here. We're going to point our toes and we're going to drag our toes in and then push our toes away a little. Drag our toes in and push our toes away a little. Good. So you should feel your abdominals helping you hold you back in this curved shape, and you're just moving your toes ever so slightly and lightly against the mat. For 3, good. For 2, for 1. Excellent. Curl down. Good. So we're going to need your weights just for a second. So back to our weights. I'm going to lay down onto my face. I'm going to put the pillow underneath my forehead. Okay? Just to give some space for my nose. If it's not comfortable for you, get rid of the pillow and put your forehead on the mat. That's fine. Arms are down by our sides. My legs are kind of spread wide, so I need to move my legs open just a little, just so my low back doesn't get crunched. And then I can push my pubic bone to anchor my pelvis to the mat and scoop my low belly up. Shoulders away from the ears, just lifting those arms up and lowering them down. Lifting them up and lowering them down. Breathe in, lift and lower, lift and lower. For 5, for 4, you're feeling for armpits. Squeeze your arm bones towards your body, okay? Triceps are on, back of arm. We're gonna do a little pulse. Hold them up, okay? Halfway down and up, 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 halfway down and up. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Okay, put the cans or the weights in front of you. Push the pillow out of the way. Swing the legs back around and come down onto your elbows. Okay, so onto your elbows, okay, but making sure that you're not sunken down, that your shoulders are away from the ears. Your legs are going to come into tabletop. Your hands can be down by your sides, okay? We're going to extend the right leg out and the left leg out. Nice and long. Low belly on. I want you to anchor your tailbone just a little bit. Not enough to compress your low back, but to make sure you're not sinking like a C. So this is not a C position. This is a neutral spine, okay? So my spine is long, right? And my tailbone is anchored. Good. From here, I want you just to lower the right leg down a little and then come back up. Left leg down a little, come back up. Right leg down, come back up. Left leg down, come back up. Good. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Bend the knees, curl on down. Excellent. Okay, from here, hands come back behind the head. So we're going to bring our legs back into that tabletop position, anchor the tailbone, do that ab curl. Okay, I'm going to extend my right arm. So my right arm comes towards my right leg, okay, and then back. So holding ab curl, legs in tabletop, extend my left arm, and then come back. So I'm just kind of testing the water with an unsupported head, so a semi-unsupported head. My head needs to stay heavy in the hand that's behind it, but I need to hold that ab curl, so I'm continually pushing my breastbone back behind me, okay? We're gonna go for 3, we're gonna go for 2, we're gonna go for 1. Good, uncurl, legs down. Okay, so we're gonna add in some legs here. So our legs are gonna come back up into tabletop, breathe. I'm gonna do that ab curl and hold. I'm gonna extend my right leg and I'm gonna do a little oblique twist, and then I come back to center, uncurl, bring the leg back in. Ab curl, extend my left leg, oblique twist towards the right knee. Okay, straighten up, leg comes back, I uncurl. Curl to come up, extend the right leg, oblique twist to left, okay? Bend the knee in, uncurl to come down. Curl to come up. There's still a little space in my low back. My pelvis is anchored, tailbone in the mat. Good. Come on down. Excellent. So I'm going to add some arms to it, okay? So I'm going to ab, curl, extend the leg. I'm going to bring my right arm to my left inner thigh. My left inner shin. Inner thigh is right here. I want my shin. And then come back, uncurl. Curl, extend left leg. Right hand towards the, left hand towards the right calf. And my breastbone moves towards the right knee. Straighten up, uncurl, bring the leg back in. So ab curl, extend, right hand, left calf. Straighten up, uncurl, bring the leg back in. Curl to come up, extend the left leg. Okay, left hand to right leg. And then come back in and uncurl. Okay, we're going to put the whole thing together now, if you can believe it. So legs are going to come back up into tabletop. Anchor the pelvis, ribs are down. Ab curl, pause. Right leg extends, left leg extends. I'm going to do a little oblique twist. I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to grab onto that left leg just a little, pulling myself up just a smidge. Then I'm going to switch. Okay? Right leg up towards the ceiling. Anchor the tailbone. The pelvis doesn't move. Keep the ab curl. Breastbone goes towards the right a little. Grab the leg. Give yourself a tiny little pull up. And then switch. Leg stay nice and long. Pelvis stays anchored. Grab the leg. Do a small oblique twist. And then switch. Okay? For 4. For 3. For 2. 1 more. Even it out. 1 more. Good. Bend the knees, uncurl. Come on down. Excellent. So you're going to take your legs nice and wide and you're just going to windshield wiper them, okay? So windshield wiper the legs. Breathe in and out. Good. Legs are going to come back to center. Hands are going to clap together. You're just going to move your rib cage. Your pelvis doesn't move. Excellent. Arms are going to come down by your sides. You're going to come over onto your left side and come on up. Right arm comes up. You're going to drop your left ear over and you're going to reach your ribs up and over with your right arm. Breathe in and out. Arm comes up, ear drops down. Breathe in and let it go. Good job today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you felt your abdominals and some glutes and some hamstring. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.